Welcome, everybody, to the newest episode of Retro Nerds Rewind. I am Aaron, your host, and with me, as always, are my friends, Sean.
Howdy, howdy.
Jamal.
Yo, what's up?
And Cody.
That's me.
All right. Sean, what's on the docket for today, my friend?
Today we are going to be watching the Powerpuff Girls, Season 1, Episode 12, The Rowdy Rough Boys, first aired April 7th, 1999.
Thank you very much. Now, I know this was one that was off of Cody's list. So, Cody, real quick, tell us why it was on your list. Yeah, just why was it on your list, dude?
Why is it on my list? It's because it's the demographic that my era. A, B,
Boo.
the height of, in my opinion, golden age of Cartoon Network, because this was Kids Next Door. This was Teen Titans, original Teen Titans before Teen Titans Go. This was Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. This was obviously Powerpuff Girls. All the big Dexter's Lab was still going on. All
Pretty
those
sure
things.
Teen Titans and Foster's started in the early, actually like mid 2000s, where Powerpuff Girls, we said it was in late 90s, right, Sean?
99, yep.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
So that would be like Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Space Ghost Ghost to Ghost, not the other ones that you said, because you were.
They're still in the area because it's early 2000s. Because
it's the same time frame.
Yeah, same time frame. But anyways, just to preface of how much I loved Powerpuff Girls, first ever camp out with Boy Scouts, I won. I did not buy. I won the Skechers Powerpuff Girl light up shoes, which I was the coolest kid on the block because I went to Boy Scout camp with my light up Powerpuff Girl shoes. Just saying.
Hey.
All the other guys had Hot Wheel glowing shoes. Every time they walked, they glowed. Mm-hmm. Here I am, my Powerpuff Girls.
All right. Well, Jamal, did you ever catch this show when it was on?
I'm gonna be polite as much as I can, and that's a hell no. So sorry. I will pass it on to you, Sean.
Yeah, what about you, Sean?
I was very, 99, I would have been about 17 or 18 years old. I was very much not the target demographic. And now in my later years, I realized the cultural impact that this had on society, and that's great. But no, I never watched it.
I myself did not watch it either. In 99, I was, a sophomore in high school. So my cartoon watching was to a minimum. It had to be one of my regulars or I didn't watch it at all, basically. So, and it wasn't on, I didn't have cable at that time. So I didn't watch really any Cartoon Network unless I was at my grandma's house. So I was a Fox Kids, WB. Well, at that time it had been WB. At that time, Fox Kids had been kind of shut down for the most part, and WB had taken over that channel out here, WB 61. So,
and you had your Harley then too, right?
Oh,
picking up him.
Yeah, 99.
Harley Quinn,
sophomore in high school. Yeah. So, all right, let us take our first commercial break. Quick word from one of our sponsors, Drawn to Comics. Hey there, everybody. We'll get back to the podcast here in just a minute. I want to talk about these awesome deals that are coming from Drawn to Comics over their 13 Days of Comics sales they're going to have going on starting December 8th through the 22nd. That's right, 13 days of flash sales. Find out what's going on each and every day through their social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They're going to post it up all over there. And you will be able to find out exactly what's going on sale each and every day. Now, if you don't live in Arizona and can't make it down to the shop, we still got you covered. Simply go to their website, drawntocomics.com, click on their eBay page, so that way you can get a free gift with each and every purchase. No code needed. we've got them doing it for every single person on eBay right now. So you go out there, you can find them through DrawnToComics.com, click on their eBay page, and get those free deals from them. That's right, that free gift sent right to your home. Or if you are in Arizona, swing by after checking out their social media. 13 Days of Comics. Merry Christmas. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Cody, you've got our synopsis today, I believe. So why don't we just sit back and let you hit rewind?
All right. We open with a montage of Townsville is under attack by Mojo Jojo. But each time the Powerpuff Girls are here to save the day and throw Mojo Jojo back into jail. Mojo's finally sick of losing constantly of his devious plans to defeat the girls by fighting fire with fire, literally, sometimes. And Mojo calls the Powerpuff Girls at home and asks for the professor for the not-so-secret formula of how the Powerpuff Girls are made. Mojo then attempts to use that information to make his own version of the tougher versions of them by mixing snips of snails, puppy dog tails, and a toilet full of chemicals. Mojo successfully creates the Rowdy Rough Boys, Boomer, Brick, and Butch. The girls are once again saving Townsville when they are attacked by the Rowdy Rough Boys. The two groups begin to fight. Girls and boys both trade blows after blow after blow after blow after multiple buildings being destroyed in the process. The girls attempt to take the fight out of the city, but the boys are too fast and fight literally dirty with them, and the girls are defeated. Mojo and the boys celebrate as the town mourns the Powerpuff Girls' defeat. The girls resurrect on the third minute. Sorry.
I was gonna say,
By the tears of all the citizens, and are about to pack their bags and accept defeat and leave town, when the true mayor of Townsville steps up, Miss Bellum, gives them some advice on coming at this from a different angle. They pick up what she's putting down, and the girls go and once again confront the boys. However, this time, instead of fighting, they fight with love. The girls use their feminine wiles to flirt with the boys instead of fighting by kissing them and rubbing up on them, and this works. The boys, not knowing how to handle this, explode and convert back into showers of snails and puppy dog tails. And Mojo Jojo is once again defeated and carted off jail. That is, the day is once again saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
very nice, very nice. Yes, yes. Now, Sean, I believe you had some fun facts about this show.
I do indeed. So I looked into the Powerpuff Girls a little bit and pulled up some information. Now, I knew a couple of the voices on here, which I'm a big fan of. Bubbles, voiced by Tara Strong,
Yes.
who is also known as Raven and Harley Quinn, as well as a myriad of other voices. Huge voiceover actor.
Yes.
We've got
She's
Buttercup,
amazing.
which was voiced by E.G. Daily, who, if you're fans of Rugrats, like I am, that is the voice of Pickles. She also did Pig from the City, and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She actually had a starring role as Dottie.
Mhm.
And then finally, we have Blossom, voiced by Catherine Cavadini. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
Who is also did a lot of other additional background voices and in cartoons. Another big voice actor.
Yeah.
I
want to mention one more.
Yeah.
I was going to say real quick, Sean, I want to mention one more voice that Tara Strong did that I still love to listen to and love hearing her do at conventions and videos is Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents. She does that, and it's great. It just takes me right there.
She is a national treasure, for sure.
Yes.
Now, did you know that obviously here in America we have their names as Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup, but in other countries they actually had different names. In Italy they were Dolly, Lolly, and Molly, and in France they were Belle, Brule, and Rebelle. Don't think I'm pronouncing that.
I wonder what they would have been in Germany.
I think I saw it.
Fine.
And they were very German names, so
Sure.
I did not. I'm sure Sean probably didn't want to be tortured with trying to pronounce.
I could
German.
barely get through the French one.
I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna... The last little fact I have here is the coup de grace, and that is that this show was not originally called the Powerpuff Girls. It was originally called Whoop Ass Stew, the Whoop Ass Girls. And Chemical X was not Chemical X. It was a can of Whoop Ass, which I think they should have kept.
You know, if it would have been named, the show would have been named Whoop Ass Stew back in '99. I probably would have watched it at least once.
Yeah.
Well, it being a passion project in CalArts, obviously the gentleman that created Craig McCracken really wanted it to be an adult cartoon and fought tooth and nail until Cartoon Network just said, no, we need to make it a kid's cartoon. So, to be fair, there's another universe out there where it was the Whoop-Ass Girls.
And we all would have enjoyed
multiverse, they got it right. Yeah.
Pretty sure they would have gotten Stone Cold at that time to probably endorse the show if they were calling it that. So, until he watched it. But, so, all right. Well, thank you very much for those fun facts, Sean. Why don't we take another quick break from another word from our sponsor, Championship Martial Arts. Hey there, everybody. I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Championship Martial Arts. Now, if you remember correctly, that's the school my family goes to, and they've got a great deal for the holidays for everybody. So right now, you can train the entire rest of the year for only $99. Includes a private lesson, your uniform, and a $75 Visa gift card for you for the holidays. That's right. So basically, you get paid, you get a gi, and you get trained for the entire rest of the year for only $99. So check them out on their website, championshipmartialartsaz.com, right here in Peoria, Arizona. And now, let's get back to the podcast. All right, we are back. Let's get into this, gentlemen. Let's break it down and see whether we enjoyed it or whether we didn't, and let's just go. So I'll kick us off. We have that intro, a lot of exposition, but you know what? It really wasn't too bad. Thankfully, not like He-Man.
Short exposition. That's it.
That is the bar that we're gonna set it to, huh? Is He-Man? All right.
Yes. Yes.
That's the patient zero.
I want to bring it up at least one time an episode on here just to watch Jamal cringe. So
Disney has hidden Mickeys and we have Find He-Man.
Everybody, get your shot glass ready, and every time we say He-Man, you take a shot.
There you go.
Well, and the music portion of the intro is the classic of the 90s in my head canon, because it was playing on radios all the time. Just the rock music part of the intro, not the Chemical X. So, yes, very much. All of the very bright colors and peak Y2K fashion and everything.
So as the episode opens, the first thing that just jumps out at me, it was a little jarring because we haven't really seen it so much in the shows that we watch so far. Narration.
Yeah.
Got a very big, booming narrator telling us what's going on.
Over and over and over again.
And over, yeah.
And then
it's every episode, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
I was a little like taken back. I'm like thinking as I was watching this beginning part here, like you see the bus is there, and people are kind of moving around it, but the bus isn't animated at all. The wheels aren't moving. The people aren't changing their facial expressions. I'm like, wait a second, this is like late 90s. Why is the animation so minimal on this? This isn't what I'm used to here. At least not until a laser beam hits it and then it explodes. So
well, not to mention that. Then every time that they arrested Mojo Jojo, they took his fingerprints every single time. So there's no escaping Townsville, Mojo Jojo. You are just worldwide known now at this point.
Why didn't he ever leave Townsville? I mean, seriously. You get beaten up, there's these superpower girls there. Go somewhere else that doesn't have superpowered kids that can beat you every single time. I mean, come on.
I mean, he has a home there. Interest rates, man.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon.
Locked into that mortgage, sure.
It's just also the girls saving Townsville is them destroying every single property as they're trying to save the town as well.
How long it takes for them to even get there, and thousands of people are dead, buildings are destroyed, and they finally show up. I mean, doesn't the Powerpuff Girl phone get to them faster?
The mayor has to call first of all. Which, do you see how short the mayor is?
Hey, if they can do it in Batman in '66, they could have done it in Powerpuff Girls.
I got it. Okay, fair enough. But it's just utter chaos, like from the get-go, and still utter chaos. It just does not stop. We finally get to Mojo Jojo just being completely frustrated with everything, and his idea to call the professor is probably the best idea he's ever had, because poor Professor Utonium, who single dad, very lonely, doesn't have anyone to talk to because his girls get the most phone calls out of the whole household. It's finally talking to someone that's interested in some of his own hobbies and just gives up the whole recipe of how to make the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I was a little dumbfounded as to why he was just telling someone who he had no clue who it was on the phone. Just some random stranger that claimed to be a reporter. I mean, why would you give that formula to a reporter? It's going to put it out in the paper to give to everybody. It's just like, come on, dude. Seriously. You're supposed to be this brilliant scientist. Use that brain a little.
We get to various cutscenes of Mojo Jojo collecting his versions of sugar, spice, and everything nice with the special escargot.
Yeah.
We have his toenail clippings.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the poor Marshall.
Yeah, the police dog.
The police dog. And his poor tail.
It's police dog.
Snips and snails and
dog in jail. Why is there a police dog in the jail?
He's got to make his living. It's Townsville. It's a small town. He's got to make a living somehow.
That was probably one of the highlights of this episode for me was that old nursery rhyme of girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Boys are made of snips and snails, puppy dog tail. So it was like they incorporated that in, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of neat. I like that.
And then they replaced Chemical X with Chemical Excrement.
Excrement, yeah. Talk about toilet humor.
And he didn't have to stir it himself. It had an auto stir.
Yeah.
Yeah, by flushing it. So my question was at this point,
which direction did it go? Then we'll know if he's in the United States or if he was, down in the southern equator. I forgot to pay attention. Did you see that?
I don't think we actually saw it flushing because we just saw it from the side angle of the actual toilet. Because literally 5 seconds later, it just explodes. So.
Yeah, which is a little concerning because he basically just put like hair and
snails,
toenails,
and toenails into the toilet and then flushed it, along with whatever else is in there, what would have come out if you didn't add those ingredients? What would the Powerpuff Girls be fighting then? That's the episode I want to see.
Funny you say that, Sean. There is an episode where the girls are trying to make their own sister. Well, that's another time for another day.
They wanted a fourth one?
Okay.
They did. But anyways, the Rowdy Rough Boys are something else. Traditional early 90s young boys in their skater gear. Literal, like, complete polar opposites. And if you notice, very pastel and highlighter colors for the girls, and then the guys got just very deep, very traditional red, blue, and green colors for the boys.
Primaries.
Yep.
Sure.
Almost.
And then
Yes.
I had to laugh because the narrator had to say, "No, these boys are bad to the bone," and then it went to commercial break.
Oh. Then we get to it, and the Powerpuff Girls are fighting another creature, and they're this time not created by Mojo Jojo, and it's a giant octopus. And I'm like, okay, they're fighting it, cool, let's see what's going to happen. And then they literally kill the giant octopus because she flies through its eye. I'm like, wow, I thought they were supposed to be heroes. But apparently they just, they kill their villains.
She did save someone. She saved the ladybugs.
Oh,
Bubbles made sure to make sure the poor little ladybugs got out of the way.
Yes, and then killed the giant creature instead of doing something else to, just defeat it.
Food supply for the town now. Free sushi. Yeah. So that's all I gotta say. It's the circle of life.
Yeah. Then the Rowdy Rough Boys show up, and I'm like, man, there's so many camera moves and bright lights. I'm like, where was the seizure warning for this episode? So...
And if you notice, it's a whole octave. I think it's flat rather than normal, what the girls have. So the girls' theme song, but when the guys come on, it's slightly flat. So it sounds very intense boy theme song as well.
I did not notice that. That's a good call.
Yeah. So then they start battling between the two of them, and my thought was, damn, these insurance rates in the city are going up again. It was so much damage, so much property damage. Jeez.
Better call Geico.
Not even a couple seconds later, we pan to the mayor in his office contemplating on wanting to make every Wednesday pretzel day. So we know his priorities. Now we know why Miss Bellum is the true mayor.
The Powerpuff Girls take care of everything else. He can just handle the small stuff, right?
It's fair. It's true.
I think he'd focus on how to not get monsters to attack the city. All right.
And then literally right after we see the mayor, we find the police dog. He's off the clock, but he grew his tail back.
Of course. The animation quality in the show is amazing. Don't you know that? Couldn't you tell from the beginning?
It is. Yeah.
It was so detail on the hands and feet.
Yes. That's a fist.
For viewers who are not watching the episode, they are just nubs.
They're sock puppets.
They're sock puppets, yeah.
Essentially. But we finally get to like the middle of the whole episode, and the girls finally decide, okay, this is getting too violent for the town. We've destroyed so much. Maybe we should take this outside of the city. Good job, girls.
As they're flying away, the boys speed up past them, and there's this little cloud that goes with them that if you're not paying enough attention, you'll think it's just another new coloration going by. But of course, they make a fart joke.
Yeah,
because it was all
Classy.
they had those
Late
good thing we had those
90s.
burritos for lunch. And then the girls are like, "Ah, the smell!" You know.
First of all, they are smoked out, so they're coughing. My eyes.
As farts do.
S fart go.
Because boys are gross. Duh.
Sure. Yes, of course we are on a girls' show.
So
Wait,
then they get beat up. They're
Mhm.
sent to the center of the earth, just like the anvils in Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
They are revived by, obviously, the tears of the town.
Yeah. So cool.
Because love.
Great.
Because of love.
The power of love. And again, I made this reference in the summary, but they raise up and glowing like the next prophet.
Yeah, I thought it was a little awkward there because I didn't think Cartoon Network was allowed to have their characters flash people, but it was just a little off.
But the narrator also got in on the love for the girls as well, so you know that the whole town absolutely loves them. We get obviously them trying to give up on running away and everything. Miss Bellum being the true hero of our story, showing it from a whole nother perspective, because obviously the girls don't have a mother. Miss Bellum is the mother figure to them, tells them to come at it a different way. And the answer is eyeshadow and fake lashes.
Because what do boys fear the most?
Makeup.
Girls.
That too.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
I was
I'll
so
give him
glad I
this.
didn't watch
I'll
this with Elaine. I'm just like, wow, let's, I'm like, really? We're using sexuality for the win here? This is supposedly a kids show. I don't know what the exact demographic was it was aired for back then.
It was for Cody.
Yeah.
Just me.
Cody was a kid.
Just Cody.
He would have been 6 years old when this show came out because he was born in
Roughly around
'94. So yeah,
then.
so almost 5 years old. 5 years old, and it's like, okay.
Girls
sure.
were cute and boys had cooties and were gross. And boys also thought the same thing of girls. So obviously girls have cooties, hence why they explode
Yeah.
in the end.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, there's cartoon
Honestly-
logic. There's cartoon logic, and then there's Cartoon Network logic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously, I was just like, I hated that. I just really hated that ending. I thought it was stupid.
And obviously we end with our famous narrator, thanks to the Powerpuff Girls, with our iconic heart outro that makes you dizzy if you just stare at it for too long.
I turned it off. I didn't listen to it. Sorry.
I
was
didn't
like,
either.
So
I'm
the
like-
outro music, though.
I waited for HX to say, want to go to the next episode, and I hit back and then cleared it off my queue. So
I will say, though, the outro music, because this show is very popular in Japan, they got a Japanese rock group to do the outro music. And they later on come up with a very funky show called Puffy Ami Yumi, which is basically because they're the same group that did the intro to Teen Titans as well. So they came out with their own TV show on Cartoon Network called Puffy Ami Yumi, which is literally them in a cartoon. Also a great show.
we won't take your word for it, but we're not going to watch
I'm
it.
biased.
All right. Well, let's take our last commercial break here. We'll be right back after this quick word from Mediocre Studios.
What's up, my nerds? Sean here from Retro Nerds Rewind podcast. As you know, we'll get back to the podcast in just a second, but I wanted to take a second to mention our sponsor, Mediocre Studios. Now, don't let the name fool you. These guys are amazing. They are a veteran-founded small business specializing in 3D printing miniatures and tabletop terrain pieces. Yes, that's right. If you want your miniatures, tabletop terrain, or even that stuff painted, they can do all that stuff for you. If you want to print it out yourself, they've got the hookup for you there too. They are the official U.S. distributor for the Uniformation 3D resin printers and are offering $80 off of the GK2 if you use our code RETRO. Those painting services, miniatures, and terrain pieces I mentioned, they'll hook you up there as well with 5% off if you use our code word REWIND. They are adding new products all the time from top modelers including Immaterium God Miniatures, Den of Imagination, DMG Minis, not to mention several other local talented artists. That's mediocre-studios.com. Go check them out. See what I'm talking about. These guys are incredible, and there's a reason that we love them so much, and you will too. All right, enough of me ranting. Let's get back to the podcast. I love to know what the hell is happening in this episode.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our final thoughts and ratings. Okay, let me see here. Let's start with Sean. Who are you first this time, buddy? What's your rating and what do you think of this episode?
Okay, well, aside from the phenomenal artistic talent of the animators, it was everything that Cartoon Network was back in the day, which is probably why I didn't watch it. I still respect all those that do like it for the cultural phenomenon that it was. I did not like the episode. I did not like it at all. I'm going to give it 1 out of 10 puppy dog tails.
Okay. Jamal.
I'm gonna be nice and like Sean said, whoever likes this, it's to each his own.
Just remember, everybody, he has to sleep next to Cody tonight and tomorrow night, so he's got to be nice.
I won't.
I don't.
I know where his pillow is. I know where you sleep.
I will give it 1 fart burrito.
At least it's a whole one and not just half. So.
All right. Cody, this was the one off of your list, and this was your choice of episode. Let's get your rating on the episode.
Rewatching this, it is an iconic episode. Not my favorite episode, I will say. There are stronger episodes in the Powerpuff Girls series. I'm going to give it a solid 5.5. Let's see. 5.5 Mojo Jojo fingerprints out of 10.
Okay. All right. Well, this episode, I did not like this episode. There were a few things in it that I found entertaining. But it's really bad when I enjoy watching background stuff going wrong more than I enjoy the story for it. So, I was not a fan of this. If I'd have watched this when it aired, I would have been like, are you effing kidding me? Why are they making this crap? This is what I really would have thought. But as an
it
adult,
also got a fully animated movie later on too.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
I remember. Didn't see it then.
Feet then?
No.
Hey, okay, so
No.
South Park got a full length feature too in its early days. So that tells you what they were looking for. They're looking for whatever they could get their money into. So yeah. All right. So I will give it 2 toilet bowl flushes out of 10. Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this episode. It was fun talking about the show with you guys. More fun than watching it.
Hey. I still had fun rewatching it.
I'm sure
not necessarily
you
liked
did.
it a lot. I did.
Please give us a like.
There's fans out there.
Yes, and you know what? To all the fans that love this series, more power to you. I guarantee you there are shows that I loved that y'all hated just as much as I hated watching this. And that's perfectly fine. We can agree to disagree. That's what makes us real people. And we can have discussions about it. And I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything bad about Cody for the stuff that he likes that I don't like. Just because he's my friend. I love him. And I enjoy doing this stuff with him. Whether it's a show I like or not. I still enjoy doing it with him. So, anyways, you can subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment as to what show you would love for us to watch next. We would love to hear from you. We want to know things that you enjoyed watching that you think would be fun to have us dissect, make fun of, raise up, all that jazz. Now keep your ears open and eyes open with your notifications on for us because we may have a Christmas episode coming your way too. I don't know if this is going to drop. I think this drops actually before Christmas, looking at the schedule on there. But don't hold me to it. If not, right before. Perfect. So get this one, then you get that wonderful extra Christmas episode as long as we can get it out. So, Mo, why don't you take us out, sir?
Certainly. Well, everybody, until next time when we hit rewind. See ya.
Bye,
everyone.